Coach, if you want, you can start out with an opening statement.
But I was very pleased with our guys and their ability to move the basketball. I think that was very important and indicative by the stat sheet when you look at having 8 guys between 7 and 12 points. Areas where we've got to get better, and we've talked about this numerous times, is defending on three-point line. I thought we rebounded the ball better tonight than what we have in our 2 scrimmages. That's an ongoing process. We've got to continue to get better in that aspect. We've got to get better at defending on three-point line. Give up 10 for 18 three-point field goals tonight is not acceptable. And it's got to get better. But you've got to give credit to UAM. Kyle does an outstanding job, and they move the basketball well. They've got a number of guys that can shoot it.
This is probably a hard team to scout just because, it's a new coach, and I think most of the team is pretty new. But that Peterson, the 22, I mean, was he a guy that you identified as maybe the shooter, or did that kind of come out?
Well, we did. Yeah. We knew one and 12, Hudson and Peterson could all shoot. I mean, Peterson's a guy who hasn't shot it well during the first couple games. I believe he was 1 for 11 from three-point line, but you knew with him taking that many threes, he was capable.
Right, yeah.
And we wanted to get to all 3 of those guys. I thought we did a good job on one. I've drawn a blank on. I think it's Benedict.
Yeah.
I think it's he's a very good guard from San Jacinto Junior College. And played extremely well against North Texas on Friday night. Shooting some good threes. So I thought our guys did a good job on him, J.T. Thomas in particular. But those other 2 guys, when you talk about Hudson and Peterson, you got to give them credit.
You always talk about kind of energy and guys coming out with the right, and I thought it was pretty good to start. How'd you feel it was throughout the game?
I did too, Troy. I thought our energy from the start was very good. I think that's something that's got to continue. I was a little bit disappointed in some of our lulls when we got the lead to 15. A couple of times we couldn't extend it. As you mentioned earlier, when that thing goes to 9-7 back in there, you never know what can happen from that point. We've got to be more consistent on the defensive end, and we've got to be able to get stops. And that comes from the rebounding, finishing with those possessions with good blockouts and going to chase it. I thought we were better at that tonight. We had a +6 rebound margin at the half. We extended it to +9 for the game. Those are positives that we've got to draw from.
With your three-point shooting, I mean, do you think? I mean, can you guys be this good of a three-point shooting team, or do you think today was an anomaly, or is this kind of what you're shooting for?
No, I mean, I think, from us talking, I've said all along, this is a more skilled team than what we've had. I mean, we shoot the ball better than what we have the last few years. So I think that is a strength of this team. We've got to continue to get better on the defensive end. We can't be a team that gives up, 55, 56, 58% from three-point line.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's a wash.
Yeah.
Right there. So.
James said it, and I kind of noticed too, and you talk about it all the time. I mean, a lot of your made threes came when they were in the flow of the offense. I mean, did you see that most of the time today? I mean, it didn't seem like there were a lot of forced ones.
I did. I think you're exactly right. I think the ball moved very well. I think our shot selection was good for the most part. That's something that's got to continue.
Marius's knee, how serious do you think that is? I mean, hard to tell.
I don't know, Troy. I came in yesterday.
Yeah.
It happened Friday in practice, and Sweat called me down and said, we've got a problem. I didn't even notice it Friday at the end of practice. I don't think he noticed it until coming in Saturday morning. But Dr. V was going to look at it. I knew we were going to keep him out today. I mean, it's unfortunate because Marius has done extremely well at this point. He was going to start for us at the 3, and hopefully we'll get him back quickly.
What led you to kind of throw James in there, once you figured out he couldn't start? Is that just kind of how you've been working in practice? He was the next guy there? Or?
Yeah, with this trying to redshirt Stetson Billings. I mean, that's something that we've had to play one of those smaller guys at the 3. And I've said it all along. I think we can play Ben, Josh, Ben, James, Reed, James, and Ben. We can play 2 of those 3 guys together as long as we get good enough rebounding from the entire group.
So the plan is to redshirt Stetson then?
Well, we'd like to at this point. And you never know how that goes as time goes on. A lot of it will depend on Marius Hill's situation.
I just have one question. With tonight's win, how do you think the rest of the season will play out? Like with competition going to progressively get tougher?
Well, we've got to continue to build off of this. And that's something that we've talked about coming out of our 2 scrimmages and out of our 28 practices. I think the positive with this team, as I've said numerous times, we have good senior leadership. J.T. Thomas, Ben Dillard, Gus Leeper, those are the 3 captains that the team voted on last week. And we've had good practices through our 28 practices. I can honestly say we probably had 3 or 4 bad practices. And you expect that from an experienced team where you've got 13 juniors, seniors. So I see this team continuing to get better. Thanks, guys.